finally here. Been a couple of long days here. We had a load in yesterday. We are in Oklahoma City for the kickoff of the 40th anniversary Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers tour. Just catching my breath a little bit. This has been a long couple of days. It's been a long 2 or 3 months build up here to get this all ready. A lot of moving parts on this tour. A lot to get together, but I gotta give my props to my guys here. I got an outstanding crew on this particular tour, and they've done just a fantastic job. I hope I didn't jinx it. I didn't jinx you guys for tonight. At any rate, this is our first segment from the tour, so I thought I might give you an idea of what we're going to actually do with these blogs and how they're going to run. What I would like to do, and what I've been asked to do by some other people, and even by some of my friends, etc., is to do this mainly on lifestyle. Of course, they want to see what's going on out here and how we live on the road. But I also have another, point of interest in my life, which is, fitness now and doing some of this other stuff for some of these big events that I've been participating in. So the guys that I work out with and stuff have asked me to put together a little video blog of my workouts and everything on the tour as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually segment these videos a little bit and make it really easy for you to fast forward and get to pieces that you might really be interested in. So there's going to be 3 main pieces to this. We're going to have the overall segment will be lifestyle, and within it will be 2 segments, one on fitness, one on venue, one on having venue workflows. Okay, so I'll actually pull a little teaser thing up here so you can see where you want to fast forward to get to those sections. All right, so if you want to see the stuff I'm doing fitness-wise on the road to get ready for some of these events, that is in a place called HTFU, which of course stands for Harden the Okay, so when you see this, that means that'll be the beginning of that little fitness section, okay? If you see this, that will be your indication that you are starting the venue workflow segment of the video, okay? And for all you venue guys that are out there, all you guys that are watching for avid venue stuff, I'm going to leave these within the lifestyle video, but I'm also going to segment them out and give them to Avid if they want to post them as individual videos, all right? These are going to be totally off the cuff, on the fly workflow videos. I'm going to try to pick something to cover every day. As you guys might have seen in the very first video that I put together for this, which was on preparation for a tour this size, there was one video segment in there dedicated to show file transfer. Well, we'll try to do something like that every day on the tour that we video to get those, okay? So that's a long intro. Why not? It's a long few days here. It's going to be a long tour. So we're pretty pumped about what we got going on out here right now. There's a lot of really good stuff. The show looks fantastic. I think it's going to sound really good. Okay, so let's just take it from here right to the next video segment. Okay, let's go to Harden the up. What do you say? Let's have a check. Let's see what I did this morning for workout here in Oklahoma City. All right. All right, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning here in Oklahoma City. We're on the first show day. In this segment of Harden the Up, how about Wake we're going to revisit a workout that I used to do while on tour, or last time I was in an arena tour, and it revolves around stair climbs. So this morning it's going to be a vertical ascent. We're going to take all the stairs from the floor all the way to the top of the building, and then come all the way back down to the floor and do 25 push-ups. So, and then it's just keep going for 60 minutes. So we're going to try to get the entire arena in 60 minutes. I don't know if I'm quite in the shape to do it yet, but we got to start somewhere, right? So we're going to warm up a little bit. Obviously, don't want to just do this cold, so we'll get our hips opened up and get our legs opened up, and then get it going. So, as my old friend Jesse used to say, let's get some.
got. I can't promise you a lot, but you and me, and the road ahead. I can't save.
Okay, we're about 2 hours from doors. We just finished with Joe Walsh. He's up on stage now, or just finished on stage with his line check and his sound check. And I thought I would just shoot the first venue segment for you here so you can get a sense of what we're doing out here. And I figured we'd just start right with the front of house, and I would just give you a tour of all the gear we've assembled for this tour that we're going to be using at the front of house position, okay? And there's a lot going on out here, a lot of moving parts, as I said earlier. So I'm just going to give you the tour today, and then over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'll dig in on specific sections within the racks and explain why I've chose this piece of gear, or using this piece of gear, or how I'm using a specific piece of gear to help me out on the tour. Okay, so let me get the camera turned around, and we'll take you on a little tour of the gear. All right, well, we're going to start with the most important piece of gear that we have on the tour, and that is our chairs. If you'll notice, these are some pretty dang cool chairs. These are stealth chairs. I think you can look up Steve Knight on Facebook if you guys are interested in one of these chairs. I cannot speak highly enough about these chairs. I have them on the road, and I have them in my office at home. There's this really cool mesh to the seat. They don't get hot. You don't sweat. Super comfortable. Fantastic lumbar support. What can I tell you? I'm an old guy now. I need a good chair. All right, let's get into the gear. As you can see, this is a pretty sizable front of house position. So I'm going to start left to right here and just take you into it. So this is a computer rack for the Anya PA. This is a network server rack. This also houses the resolution software. This is what we use to do all the PA system design on a day-to-day basis. We will spend some time taking you through that at some point as well. And as we get down here, this is the first bay, and as you can see, I got some wireless in there, and that is almost exclusively for the podcast. I have it set up where I can record any of my screens and be able to show you guys stuff. So probably as much engineering and design went into building the podcast rig as anything. Right below that, we have some Lake LM44s. Those are used for all of our PA system drive. We actually use a combination of LM44s in Dante to be able to distribute signal to the PA. Right below that, we have a DBX 120XP subharmonic box. I like to use that for specific parts of the show and in given songs. Ryan Uliate turned me on to this. He used this a bunch on Mojo, and it's been kind of a staple of my front of house position ever since. Below that, we have some Evantides that are just doing simple pitch change for my vocals. They're not doing pitch correction. They're just doing some glossy pitch change. It's kind of a nice texture when I need it, especially for some of the earlier stuff that they've done. As we move on over, you will see two Avid E6L engines. We have one out, strictly for emergency spare. We currently don't have the ability to auto fail-safe, auto roll over to a second engine if we had to do it. I think we will be able to do that at some point in the history of Venue and S6L. But right now we just have it as a pure spare. It can be a spare for the front of house position or for the monitor position. So that's pretty cool. Next, right above that is the Waves SoundGrid Server 1. I haven't really implemented this yet. I'm set up to do it, but I just really haven't had the need to use it yet. I haven't really had the need to go back to Waves for some of their stuff. Don't worry, Waves, I will be there sooner or later. I've just had a few too many things pressing here to get going on it. Right above that, you see the VNC computer, and right next to that, the Waves SoundGrid computer. That's the computer that we would use to access the SoundGrid. The left computer, the VNC one, is actually one that I use to access all of the other Mac Minis that are on display in this rig. All right, so if we go over here and we dig into this side of the bays, we see some Electrosonics wireless. That is for wireless analysis microphones that we place throughout the venue during the day when we're actually setting up. And there you see 4 Mac Minis as well. We have a Smart a Mac Mini dedicated to Rational Acoustics Smart, which we use for system tuning. We have one Mac Mini dedicated to Flux that I'm actually using to do all of my latency analysis within the console. And then we have another Mac Mini that is doing surround recording. And really what I mean by surround recording is it's recording stems and independent vocals and our 5.1 mic and some of the surround mics. It also we also do some 2-track recording back to that Pro Tools system as well. On the right is an iTunes server. This is for all the walk-in music that we've gathered over the years and put together, as well as all of my mixes actually live in there in kind of a server regimen back so I can listen to it. We have a new Focusrite pre that we're using now for Rational Acoustics Smart. We can use direct taps right off the console, or we can have this integrated into a very large Dante network like we're doing right now to be able to actually do analysis of the PA without having to have the console online. So it's actually very handy for that. I'll introduce you to Vic Wagner at some point, and he can walk you through what we're doing there. Below that, we have a new Mac Pro. This is a 6-core Mac Pro that I'm using for AVB record. This will be my virtual sound check machine on a day-to-day basis. I'll record and play back from this on the system. Below that, you see one Stage 16 I/O. This is part of an S6 or an S3L system that I have out here that is capturing supplying all the audio for the surround record, etc. That surround record Mac Mini is attached to this S3L system, which I'll explain also how we're using that in an additional capacity here. Let's see, over here behind that little graded panel there is some clock distribution and a network router. We're actually on the internet every day out here. We have wireless and wired connections in order to stay abreast of updates and all the other things that we would do on a day-to-day basis. Below that, I have a KVM. It's a DVI KVM that allows me to see into any one of those Mac Minis whenever I need to do it, as well as other things. Below that, we have another Mac Pro. This is a Mac Pro that is doing a MADI record directly from the stage racks. That's the one we'll probably put in the archive for the tour because it's actually recording 32-bit floating as opposed to pure 24-bit. Below that is an E3 engine. This is part of the S3L system, and we have that out here to do a number of things, which I'll explain now. I'll kind of zoom up here. So we have an S3L on the tour as well, and I've created a little, just kind of a little workstation here. The S3L is out here for a number of reasons. Like I said, it is for routing some of our stem mixes, some of our other mixes back to Pro Tools so we can archive those as well. But it also serves as a redundancy point for the S6L system if it were to fail. As I'm sure you guys have heard, with the Radiohead incident and, all these things that have kind of come to light now about this, obviously redundancy we take very seriously out here. We don't want to see a show go down. These are real things that happen in the real world. And honestly, they're things that have been happening for many, many, many years. We just didn't have the internet around to tell you about it 10 seconds after it happens. So this is something that's been in play for a long time. We've been doing redundancy for a long time on these tours, and we'll continue to do so. So in the event that the big console would fail, I go essentially to a stem mixing workflow here, which I'll explain all this in detail in one of the segments where I can mix in groups, a combination of groups and a combination of single microphones. The screen on the right here is purely for the VNC. I can look into any computer here just by engaging the VNC. And then we also do a big screen share here. I use a combination of TeamViewer and VNC to actually be able to look at any one of the computers at the same time. What you see on the one screen is 3 Pro Tools computers running. It allows me some confidence monitoring to see it and ensure that they're still running. On the left-hand screen in the lower left, that's the Flux screen. I can also see the S6L screen and the S3L screens right there as well. So a lot of information all sitting in front of us here. It's all about that at this point in these systems. And then, of course, we come to the S6L. The S6L is certainly my console of choice. It's just been sounding so good out here. I'm so excited about using this console out here. We're going to get this really dialed in over a little bit of time here. So, all right, so let's see, what's the last piece? Oh, there's a little sound image tablet here. That's a remote control for the Lake controllers. So if I need a tablet, I need to walk around or do any kind of equalization or evaluation, I can do that with the tablet and take control of the Lakes. Okay. All right, well, that's going to about cover it for this segment. Like I said, this was really just meant to be the grand tour, so we'll start digging in on the individual elements of this and individual workflows on a day-to-day basis and give you some idea of what we're using out here and how we're doing it. And you guys are welcome to steal and use all of these secrets as you like. I just do not care. You are welcome to take them and get out there and make some good sound. All right?
Looking over the mountain's crown, the water roars and tumbles down like you.
All right, we're about 30 minutes out from the opening night for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers 40th Anniversary Tour. Let's go. I'm ready. See you. Well, I'll give you a report after the show. Let's see how it goes. Good or bad, I'll tell you how it went. All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, one in the books. All right, opening night went just super. We had just a fantastic crowd here. I think the band did really good on stage tonight for their first night. You know, they're like old cars. Sometimes you got to push start them a little to get them started after a while, but they got up there and did really good tonight. I thought Tom did really, really well singing and playing tonight. So we're off to the races. One down. What do we got? 72 to go, something like that. So we'll check in with you tomorrow. Lots of, I guess the next show is in Dallas day after tomorrow. So we'll check back with you then. We'll get some more stuff going on the workflows, some more stuff going on the workouts. We'll do a little refinement in virtual sound check, and that's just how we roll out here. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.